Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and we are finally back after a 2 weeks international break. Club football is back, and it's match day 14 in La Liga. A lot of exciting games to be played this weekend, and we had an exciting weekend before the international breaks that is going to have repercussions this weekend as well. So let's go ahead and make our predictions. The first game on the Friday night, it is going to be Getafe versus Real Valladolid. It is 17th versus 19th. Two teams who are really struggling in the league at the moment. Getafe, like, they have won just once this season. They have been all over the place, winless in their last five. They have lost their last two games as well. Before the international break, they lost to Girona 1-0. That was a quite a bad performance, and to be very honest, this has been the story of their season this time, that they are not really playing that good football. They are the worst scoring team in the league. They are not really able to score goals, but they are the one of the best, a defensive team of the league. So that just shows that they are, if they are able to convert those chances, they might be able to get the points because they are defending very good. They are playing against a Valladolid side who themselves are really struggling. As I said, they are 19th in the league. They have won once in their last 5 games, and they themselves, like, they are the worst defending team of a defensive team of the league. So you have the worst attacking team versus the worst defensive team going at it, and it is a huge point. It might be match day 14, but with the positions that both these teams are in, 17th and 19th, and there's just 1 point difference between them. Getafe, they have 10. Valladolid, they have 9. Like, whoever wins this game, it could be a very crucial victory for them. And the way that both of these teams have played this season, it is a very tough game to call. But Valladolid have been really good away from home, and Getafe, they've been really good at home. They are such a stubborn side to score against, and that is why I think it is going to be a very close game. But I think it will be a very tough game. We are not going to be able to see any goals come out of this game. I think it will be a very a hard fought game, but in the end it will end up in a draw, and I think it is going to be a goalless draw. I'm going for a 0-0 between Getafe and Real Valladolid. The next game is Valencia versus Real Betis. It is a 20 versus a 7. Now Valencia, they have not played for almost a month in the league because of the disaster that happened in Spain. So they are going to be playing a game after a long time. They are right at the bottom of the league. They have just won once in the season till now. So that is going to be have a lot of advantage in a way to Real Betis, because the players are not really going to be going to have that much match practice, if you can say that. But some of their players played in the international break, so that could help them as well. It is really hard to predict what sort of Valencia are going to come in this weekend. They are playing against a Real Betis side who are who really need to win this game. They have dropped too many points. They are really fighting to get into those European places. They are currently 7th, tied on points with Athletic Club at 20. They are just a point behind Osasuna, who are at 5th, but then they have three teams behind them. Girona, then you have Mallorca, who are both on 18 points. Real Sociedad as well. So they cannot really afford to lose any more points if they really want to have a go to get into those European places, or even at the Champions League places, because that is still an option at the moment with so many teams fighting for it. As I said, Valencia, they have not really played that many games, and they are not when they have played, like, they are winners in their last 6 games. Betis, they have won their 2 of their last 4 games, and they are in a really good situation at the moment. And with the way that everything has gone, I expect Betis to get a win, and it is important for them to get a win if they really want to continue their push for that European spot. So I am going for an away win. I think Real Betis are going to win it at 2-1. Moving on to the next game, it is Atletico Madrid versus Alaves. It is a 3rd versus a 15th. Now Atletico Madrid, they have won their 3 out of their last 5 games. They won just before the international break 1-0, a tough 1-0 win against Mallorca. It was an away game, and it was a tough game for them. I expected a very tight game, and in the end Atleti somehow got over the line and got that important win. It was huge for them because they have Villarreal breathing down their necks. They have Osasuna just behind them, and as I just mentioned, Betis and Athletic Club are just behind them as well. So they before the season, a lot of people thought that they might fight for the title, but at the moment their Champions League spot is not under threat at the moment. So Atletico need to win games like the one they are playing this weekend against Alaves, who are 15th at the moment. They have lost 4 of their last 5 games. They started the season a bit better, but then they have just folded away, and it's not looking really good. They lost 3-0 just before the international break to Villarreal, and it is just like that. Like, they they lose 3-4 games, they just win one out of that. Is why they are not right in the trenches within that relegation battle. They are just 5-6 points above them, because they somehow out of after 3-4 games they somehow pull out a win from somewhere, and they are safe at the moment. But I think it is going to be too much for them. Atleti are at home, and they know how important this game is, coming back after the international break. I think the only thing that could help Alaves is the fact that they are playing after an international break. So some of the players might be jaded and whatnot, but I still think Atleti have enough in them to get this win, and I think they are going to win it. I think they are going to win it comfortably as well. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Atletico Madrid. The next game is Girona versus Espanyol. It is 10th versus 18th. And now Girona, they have been really inconsistent, if I'm being very honest with you. They win 3 games in a row, and then they go ahead and lose 2 games in a row. So you really don't know which Girona you can expect on the coming weekend. But before the international break, they won an important game against Getafe. It was a 1-0 away win for them, and that has brought them back into sort of the contention for that European places. As I said, from a 3rd to 10th, it is very, very tight at the moment. The difference between these teams from even 11th, Celta Vigo are 11th and they are on 17 points. So from 11 to 4, the difference is just 6 points. So any team can finish anywhere. So it is that tight. So every game becomes even more important for the teams playing between those games. They are playing against an Espanyol side who did not play before the international break, because because of what happened in Valencia. So they are not playing. They are going to be playing after a 3 weeks gap. So that could again have an effect on their players, because they have not played for a long time, and I think that is going to help Girona as well. Girona are at home as well, and I think they are somehow gonna get the win. They have won 3 out of their last 5 games, winning 3 in a row as well. So I think taking all that in consideration, I think Girona will get the win today. It will be a close game, because Espanyol, they can come out and they can surprise you when you're least expecting it. I think this could be one of those games, but I think Girona will get it over the line. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Girona. Moving on to the next game, it is Las Palmas versus Mallorca. It is 16th versus 9th. 2 teams who are going in the opposite direction of the form. Now, Las Palmas, their first 9 games, they went winless. They were not able to get the win. Everything was going wrong for them, and they were just craving for single points. Out of the last 4 games, they won 3 out of those 4 games, and they have just jumped to 16th place, and they have sort of left the competition behind in the relegation zone, and they are the form team at the moment. They are playing against Mallorca side who started the season really good. They are still at 9th at the table. Nobody really thought that they were going to have such a good start, and they were going to be in this position after so many games, but they are really fighting it out there. But their last 5 games, they just 1 win in their last 5 games, 2 defeats, 2 draws. So they have sort of folded away. So this is going to be a very important game for both of them. Las Palmas, the thing is that after the last international break, it was a great 1 month for them. The question that is going to be asked for them, that what happens after the international break? Does that momentum remain with them, or does it go away? Because if it stays, it could be a really a fun game for Las Palmas. Mallorca know how important this game is. If they don't get all the 3 points, they could easily be out of the top 10 for the first time this season, because of all the other teams that are around them. And I expect almost all the teams in that area this weekend to get the results. So it is very important for Mallorca to get the results as well. But unfortunately, I don't think they are going to get the 3 points. Las Palmas are at home, and as I said, they have a lot of momentum. If they are able to maintain that momentum, I think it will be a very close game, and I think it will be a fun game. I think it will be a high scoring draw. I'm going for a 2-all draw between Las Palmas and Mallorca, and I think both teams are gonna draw points. Then it's the big one. It is Celta Vigo versus Barcelona. It is 11th versus 1st. And now Celta Vigo, if you have been following my channel, you would know, have sort of become one of my favorite teams to watch in La Liga, because every game they play, it is full of excitement, full of goals. You can expect action in their games. It doesn't matter whether they win or they lose, or there are goals in them, and there's a lot of interesting moments in their game. They are playing against a Barcelona side who are at the top of the table. They have currently a 6 points lead against Real Madrid, but Real Madrid have a game in hand. And the fact is, Barcelona, they lost their game just before the international break against Real Sociedad. So that was a huge blow to them, because their lead would have been 9 points coming into this game. Now it is only 6 points, and they are playing against a Celta side who themselves, as I said, they've been really good. They are 11th at the moment, but just a point behind 3 teams who are on 18 points. So they themselves know it is a big game, and I think it could be another game near Barcelona and end up dropping points. I think it will be a very tight game, and I think there are going to be goals in this game, and I seriously think Barcelona could even lose this game. They are playing after an international break as well, so that is going to be an added a blow to them, because their players are not going to be they are going to be jaded. They have not played, they have not practiced with either for too long. I think that is going to come into play as well, but in the end I don't think they will lose. I think they are going to end up drawing this game, and I think it will be a very fun game. I'm going for a 2-all draw between Celta Vigo and Barcelona. Then it's a big game. It is Osasuna versus Villarreal. It is fifth versus a fourth. Osasuna are just 3 points behind Villarreal in a fourth place, so it is a big game. Osasuna have been sort of been the dark horse. Nobody really expected them to be in this position. Like there are so many teams in La Liga who are really exceeding expectations this season, and Osasuna are right at the top of the pile. They are really want to get into those Champions League places, and they are now basically fighting for with the team that could possibly take their spot. So it is going to be a very tough game. They lost before the international break. They basically got thrashed by Real Madrid 4-0. Osasuna, and on the other hand, Villarreal, they thrashed Alaves 3-0 just before the international break. So quite a contrasting end to the before the international break. Both of these teams had. They are now both going to play against each other, and as I said, it's a big game. Osasuna are the home side. They have won just twice in their last 5 games. Villarreal have won thrice in their last 5 games. I think it'll be a very tight game, but in the end, I think none of them are gonna get the win. I think it will be a draw, and I think it's going to be a low scoring draw. I'm going for a 1-all draw between Osasuna and Villarreal. The next one is a very close mid-table clash between Sevilla versus Rayo Vallecano. It is 13th versus 12th. Just a point separates these two teams. Both of them have been, quite inconsistent, if I'm being very honest with you. Sevilla, they started really bad, and they sort of made up for it, but then again they have again faltered. Same with Rayo Vallecano. They started good, but then they faltered away. They are now trying to make a comeback. Both of them have just won twice in their last 5 games, so they're both really inconsistent at the moment. And I think it will be a very close game of football, this one as well, but I just don't see a winner out of this game. Both of them lost just before the international break as well. Vallecano lost to Alaves 3-1. Sevilla lost as well, so it is going to be a very close game, but I just don't see a winner out of this, and I think it could turn out to be a very frustrating game as well, where we just don't see any goals in this game. I think this could be one of those games, and I'm going to follow that lead. I just have a hunch that we are not going to get any goals. I'm going for a 0-0 draw between Sevilla and Rayo Vallecano. The next game is Leganes versus Real Madrid. It is 14th versus a second. Now Leganes, like, they are a very tough team at home, and this is going to be a home game as well. They have won twice out of their last 5 games. They won just before the international break as well, so they are going to be really up for it. Real Madrid are going to come into town, so that is a big game for them. Madrid, on the other hand, they know how important this game is, and especially if my prediction for the Barca Celta game goes correct, they know it could be a big chance for them to cut the points gap to Barcelona. Even for the this is a must-win game for them. They would be really overjoyed that Barcelona already lost to Sociedad just before the international break, so that cut their lead to 6 points, and Real Madrid already have a game in hand, so it's a big opportunity for Real Madrid to get even closer to Barcelona. They are playing against the Leganes side. As I already said, they are very tough at playing at home, and I think it'll be a very tough game. Madrid have been so inconsistent in the league. They are not really playing that good football, and this is what surprises me, that we have almost finished November, like there's 14, this is match day 14, and we are still sitting here and we are talking about that Madrid have not really hit their stride. They are not really playing to their potential, and their players are not performing. If we are being very honest with you, like Vinicius is the only big player that has really performed in all the games. Like, he has the only star player at the moment. Apart from him, nobody. Bellingham, Rodrigo, Mbappe, like the main guy, none of them have really stepped up this season, so that is a big concern for Madrid. But I think this game, because of the how big this is going to be, the magnitude of this game, the importance of this game, I think somehow Madrid are gonna get the win. It will be a tough game, but I think Madrid in the end win it. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Real Madrid. And the last game of this weekend's fixtures in La Liga is Athletic Club versus Real Sociedad. It is 6th versus 8th. It's a big game. Like the Athletic Club finished 4th last season and Sociedad finished 5th last season. And this was what my prediction was this season as well. I thought Athletic were gonna finish 4th and Sociedad were gonna miss out on the Champions League because of them. That's how that was my prediction. Now at the moment they are 6th in the league, Athletic and Sociedad. They have not really had a good start, but they are slowly making a comeback, and now they're just 2 points behind Athletic Club. And Athletic Club themselves, like, they would be really disappointed. Just before the international break, they went away to Valladolid. Almost everybody expected them to get the win, but they end up drawing that game 1-1, and they dropped 2 points, which has now put them to 6th. Otherwise, they would have easily be on that 5th position at 2 points behind 4th place Villarreal. But as I keep on saying, every single game is very important between that 6-8 teams. It is very important for them. They are playing against the Sociedad side. They defeated Barcelona just before the international break. Now again, it's a big game, and I think we are gonna get a very good game of football. Both these teams like to go out and play attacking football. Both these teams like to score a good amount of goals, and I think we are gonna get a good goal scoring game. But in the end, I don't think either of them win the game, and I don't think they get the 3 points. I think it is going to be a draw. It's going to be a high scoring draw, and I'm going for a 3-all draw between Athletic Club and Real Sociedad. And with that, my predictions for match day 14s are complete, and we are going to see how many of them end up being correct and how many of them are completely wrong. It is, as I said before, there are a lot of exciting games. That Barcelona game, Real Madrid are going to be in a lot of pressure. That Athletic game at home, then Athletic Club and the Sociedad game, that is going to be another fun game as well. You have Mallorca playing Betis. There a lot of games this weekend that are very exciting to see, and that could change up the table quite quickly. At the end of Sunday, Monday, we are going to see a lot of changes in the table, so I'm really looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions. You can make your predictions in the comment section below as well, and we'll see whose predictions are correct, mine or yours, at the end of the weekend. So yeah, that is it for me in this video. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and please subscribe to the channel as we try to increase our subscribers and grow our channel. So please go ahead and help the channel grow and subscribe to it. Until next time, bye bye.